But yeah, I don't know. My experience is a bit different, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm not as
Mhm.
traveled as other
Yeah.
nomads. You know what I mean?
The thing,
So
yeah, I
yeah,
was, yeah, man. I'm glad you said that, Lewis, because I feel like there's not one type of nomad, you know? Like,
Yes, sir.
there's
hmm
so
Yes, sir.
many different levels and layers. Like, there's so many different types of nomads, you know? There's not like a
that's a good point.
stereotypical nomad, you feel me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
True.
and then
True.
the thing you said about when you're in Tanzania, you felt Scottish, and then when you finally moved to Scotland, you felt Tanzania.
yeah,
Bro, when I lived, I don't know if any of you got this, but, and I kind of regret it looking back, but at the same time, I don't, because I was just a kid, like, what, I can't control my thoughts. But when I lived in Africa, or like more Zambia and Kenya, I think, or Zambia actually, I wanted to go back to Belgium. And then when I was in Belgium, I wanted to go back to Africa. And it's like,
Mm,
you
mm,
know,
mm.
hmm
the grass is always greener on the other side type of thing.
for real, for
Um,
real.
and it puts things into perspective a lot. At a young age, I think we start understanding these things, which is amazing, you know. And I'm forever grateful about that, because I think we tend to mature a bit quicker than other people. Not to like be like, oh, we're better than others, but I think that the situation, circumstances we're put in, just kind of allow for that to happen.
On one hand, I think it allows for that to happen, but in another way, it kind of forces it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because bro, like whenever we moved to Tanzania, I had quite a rough patch in the beginning of that, making that transition, and not wanting to leave the place that I just left, because that was my home on everything. And then it's like, you do eventually move, and you're put in this difficult position, like, okay, I have to adapt to this new place. And like I was saying before, right, it's this survival mode that you kind of go into, that
Mm.
forces you to grow and adapt to that new situation, because you're so uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, we just left, and 2 weeks later from Tanzania, they're like, okay, here, go to this school,
Yeah.
meet all these new people
Yeah.
that are very different, very, very different from my friends back home at that time. But Tanzania became my home then, and so you really grow at that situation. So like you said, and then, yeah, Lewis, also, you've been experiencing it all your life. When you go back to Scotland, that's like, all right, I gotta adapt now to being in Scotland, you
Yeah.
know. And yeah, so like you said, man, I think that just really forces us to grow quick in certain situations. And what you're saying about grass is greener, like, because we have this like adaptability switch, so to say. It's like, right now I feel quite comfortable being in Zambia, having been here, nearly, I think, a bit over 2 months, having just left the Netherlands. And it's like, first of all, I think it's funny that we have a connection after Raf, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah, yeah. That's mad, man. That's
you
something that
know,
happens a
we're,
lot.
we're experiencing it very differently from you. But we still both got love for the place.
Yeah,
But
man.
like,
Yeah.
we adapt to this new place so strongly, you know what I mean? So then it kind of becomes our home, but then we start missing the old things. Then you go
Yeah.
back to the new place, you adapt, fit in there again. The things that you were missing now are standard again, you know what I mean? And comfortable. And
Right.
you don't even think about missing them. Now you go to a new place and you start missing those things that were routine again.
Yeah.
I think it's just like a symptom, bro.
hmm
And once we got the means, I know all of us, we're gonna be traveling a lot throughout our lives, man.
For
It
sure.
never
Um,
stops, bro. It never stops.
nah, nah, nah.